This is 4 top tips for percentages. My first top tip is that the change divided by the original times 100 gives you the percentage. So for example, suppose you start off with £1,000 and you get, say you gain £50, then the change is 50, the original was 1,000, you do the maths and you'll come up with 5, which means 5%. So £50 is 5% of 1,000. Okay, sorted. Original times percent is new. I love this, it helps answer so many different questions. So, for example, suppose you start off with £1,000 and suppose you times it by 1.05%. Then what you'll get is, let's not scribble that out, what you'll get is 1,050. You've just increased that by 5%. If I instead times that by 0.95, I'll end up with 950 because I've reduced it by 5%. So I'm timesing it by something that's less than 1. Yeah, so there you go. That's how you use that one. So that can deal with increasing or decreasing, and if you don't know the original, or you don't know the percentage, or you don't know the new value, one of them's the unknown, you can solve the equation. What if you haven't got a calculator? Well, a handy tip is you know that 100% is whatever the original was. Divide it by 10, that will tell you what 10% is. Divide it by another 10, that will tell you what 1% is, and you can start fiddling around with those. And you might want to know, say, what 0.5% is, and then that will be half of whatever 1% was, and so on. Compound interest. The way to do compound interest is, say you're increasing by 5% every year, and you start with £1,000, you'll times by 1.05, and suppose you put it in the bank for 7 years, you'll do that to the power 7, and then that will tell you how much money you've got after 7 years. And you can change that number to anything, 3 or 72, and it's just one sum, and it'll tell you what it is after lots and lots of years. There we go. Simple interest. You just work out what the interest is in the first year, and then it's always the same. So suppose you got 5% interest in the first year, you would get £50 in the first year interest, and then the second year you'd get another 50, in the third year you'd get another 50, in the fourth year you'd get another 50, and so on, and that's it. In general, simple interest gives you a bit less than compound interest.